So in just a few weeks, we're going to be coming up on the winter solstice, which is the very longest night of the year. And many of us are decorating our homes with evergreen and with light. And these traditions, while we associate them often with Christmas, these traditions have been celebrated and practiced for centuries as a way of bringing in those signs of life and those reminders of the promise of light to come at this very darkest time of the year. And many of us, myself included in this, bemoan these dark days. We think it's midnight and look at the clock and it's only 6 p.m. And we are just kind of dreading it. Some people have seasonal affective disorder, or their moods are just impacted by this dark times. It makes it feel less safe to drive for many people. We need that sunlight to feel good, to feel awake, to feel alert. We just want to sleep a lot. And so I know I often want this time of year to hurry along already and get to spring. But I've been reminded, as I've been preparing for this meditation, I knew I wanted to talk about darkness, or this finding light in the midst of darkness, something like that. And as I was reading about it and thinking about it, I was reminded that that it's okay and even good to not wish it away, to not rush it too fast. When we allow ourselves to move deeper into the darkness, when we settle in instead of trying to avoid it or get it over with as quickly as possible, we find that there are gifts in the darkness. The darkness of these long winter nights is a time to honor and celebrate the world of unseen mysteries, of release and letting go, of dreams and intuition, of rest and renewal. I'm reminded that of times when I was a kid and I would, be camping and get up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom outside of the tent. And it was so dark out there and scary. But then if I just stood there for a few minutes before venturing off, my eyes would adjust, right? We have that happen to us. We go into a dark room, it's really dark, it's pitch black, oh my gosh, I can't see. But as we stay there for a few minutes and our eyes kind of get acclimated, we can start to see things. They even might look different than they did in the daytime. One night I was taking a walk near the place where I grew up. I had lived there since birth. And I was over 30 when this happened. And I had roamed these streets and these woods endless times. And it was on a dark night when I had let my eyes adjust that I realized that this one tree that I had never noticed before was actually the tallest tree in all of the woods around us. I was at far enough of a distance, and suddenly this tree, it was just glowing in the dark. It was so surreal. But if I hadn't stopped in that moment, if I hadn't looked around, if I hadn't let my eyes adjust and take in, if I just hurried on my walk, and tried to get it over with because I was trying to, get some steps in, I wouldn't have noticed that beautiful, beautiful sight, that beautiful, beautiful tree, and seeing that how tall and beautiful and majestic it was. When we can't see with our physical eyes, when our vision is limited to that of nighttime, even when we've adjusted, we also learn to kind of trust our other senses, what we hear, what we touch, what we smell, as well as our inner vision or our insight and intuition. All of that to say that I want this meditation, this time, to be a reminder to everyone, and to myself included, to be not just okay with the dark nights ahead, but to settle in, to look around and let your eyes adjust and see what you see. To let life be a little slower, and for that to be nourishing to our souls. Because the journey into darkness prepares the way for celebration. We will rejoice with the return of the light and the promise of new beginnings, with a new sense of healing if we let this time of darkness be a source of food for our spirit, a source of its own light for our spirit in the meantime. So, blessings on these dark nights ahead.